It's time for high school football on KDAO.com. Tonight, West Marshall travels to CMB for a critical district matchup. High school football on KDAO.com is being brought to you by Eckhart Enterprises, Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken, GNB Bank, Union Auto, St. Andrews Grill, Bryan's Collision Clinic, Consumers Energy, Central State Bank, and Partner Communications. Now with the play-by-play, here's Andy Jennings.
Good evening and welcome to Maxwell. Andy Jennings with you on KDAO.com as we get ready for the Raiders and the Trojans here from Maxwell between West Marshall and CMB. It's a big matchup in Class 2A District 3. Both these teams lost their district opener last week. Abilene and Parkersburg beat West Marshall 28-6, and Roland Story beat CMB 21-6. West Marshall comes into this game at 2-1 overall with wins over Waterloo, Columbus Catholic, and Ogden, and just a loss to AP. CMB comes into this matchup 0-3. They've lost tight games. They lost to Nevada 27-14, North Polk 22-20, and Roland Story 21-6. So as West Marshall takes the field, CMB is already out there. The captains for the Raiders are number 62. Let's see, it's number 62, Jason Hilgren. Number 11 is the quarterback for the Raiders, Hunter McWhirter. Number 19 is Ben Gunderson. And number 32 is Dalton Birchmeyer. That's the captains for the Raiders. The captains for the Trojans, Ross Randall, Logan Millizer, Jarrett Bunting, and Bo Coberly. So as both teams head to midfield, let's take a look at the starters first. For CMB on offense, they'll play two different quarterbacks here tonight, likely. Hunter McWhirter is the starting quarterback, 6'2", 230-pound senior. He's 17 of 28 on the season. West Marshall's won the toss. They have deferred, and they will actually kick off. So West Marshall will kick off to start the ball game, so CMB will have it first. The Raiders up front at left tackle is Archer McFadden. He's a 6', 290-pound senior. The left guard is Torrin Schultheis. He's number 60, he's a 6', 246-pound senior. Number 70, Adam Smith, is a 5'11", 245-pound center. He's a senior. Jason Hilgren, the right guard, is the 6'3", 225-pound senior. And the right tackle is Will Clapper, a 6'5", 272-pound sophomore. So as we get ready for this one, in the backfield for the Raiders, Blake Kokenauer, he's averaged a little over 24 carries a game and 126 yards per game. He's also found the end zone 4 times for the Raiders already this season. 378 total yards for Kokenauer. They like to spread it out. They have a number of different receivers that catch the ball. Tucker Maxwell has 12 receptions for 205 yards, and Brady Kemp 8 receptions for 45 yards, and Travis Lindemone has 7 receptions for 54 yards for the Raiders. So we're about set to get this one underway, as both teams already out on the field. Look at some of the stats for you. In CMB's first game, they ran the ball for 107 yards on 30 carries. Their second game versus North Polk, they had 157 yards, and versus Roland Story, 117 yards. They've also passed pretty effectively. They come in with averaging around 137 yards passing per game and 127 yards rushing per game. So we are set to get this one underway. It'll be Ross Randall to kick off. Back to receive Tucker Maxwell and Blake Kokenauer for CMB. Our game tonight brought to you by Eckhart Enterprises, Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken, GNB Bank, and Union Auto. The final seconds tick off the clock. And we are ready to get this one underway as Randall tees it up. He'll be kicking off for the Trojans. He's averaging about 31.5 yards per kick. Well, the ball is up. A big game here tonight. Neither team wants to fall to 0-2 in district play. The opening kick is down the right side of the field. It'll spin down past Kokenauer. He'll field it at his own 5. Lost it. Now he'll fall on it. And a tremendous kick there for Randall. And CMB will have a terrible field position. back at their own, looks like their 5-yard line.
Goal for West Marshall.
CMB will have it at their own 5 to start the ball game. Look at the West Marshall defense. You have number 61, Cole Bacom, and then number 68, Tyson Eisenhower is next to him. Hunter McWhorter is the quarterback. Spread look right off the bat for CMB. Twin wide receivers to the right and left. It's going to be a quick screen, and he throws it towards the boundary, and it's caught by Kemp for a gain of 7 on the play. Brady Kemp makes the catch and picks up about 7, and it'll be 2nd and 3. A little bit different than what West Marshall saw last week, as we'll see a lot of passing here against the Raiders. Handoff, Kokenauer up the middle. He's hit right in the middle of the defense. Looked like Alex Dickey in on the hit. And we'll see where Kokenauer got to. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short. So he picked up 2. And it'll be 3rd and 1, an early 3rd and 1 here for the Raiders. 11:15 to go in this first quarter. McWhorter has one wide receiver out to his right. That's Jack Chaville. And now McWhorter's going to run it himself. He's bottled up in the backfield, nowhere to go, and that's going to be no gain. He actually did not get it. He might have got he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. And he will force CMB to have an early decision. So he didn't get much. And the Raiders look like they're going to come out and go for it here. It'll be 4th and about 1.5, 4th and 2. A wide empty backfield. McWhorter by himself, just trying to get the Trojans possibly to jump off sides. And now he looks to the sideline. There's the whistle. And a timeout is called by CMB. So the Raiders call timeout with 10:22 to go in this opening quarter. We're scoreless here from Sullivan Field in Maxwell on KDAO.com.
Hungry? Bring your family to Bailey's Pizza for a made-to-order piping hot pie, just the way you like it. You can't beat Bailey's special crust, loaded with cheese and all your favorite toppings. And don't forget, Bailey's Pizza's famous roasted chicken. You won't leave hungry when you head to Bailey's Pizza, 121 West Main Street in downtown State Center. Bailey's is open at 4:30 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. So bring your hungry crew to Bailey's Pizza and let us take care of dinner tonight.
4th and 1 coming up for the Raiders as we're on the opening drive here in the quarter. 10:22 to go in this first quarter. We'll see if CMB thinks about it, and now we'll punt. Tucker Maxwell is out there. He is the punter, but he is lined up at receiver. And the Raiders trying to make an early statement here as McWhorter, very dangerous play call back on your own 14-yard line. McWhorter comes under center, could be a sneak. He tries it right up the middle. He gets away, and it's going to be close. And did the ball come out there at the end, or is he just short? Did he get the first down? We'll have to wait and see on the mark. Looks like he is able to pick up the first down, not by much, but he's able to get just the yard he needed. A gutsy early call for CMB. So now the Raiders go no huddle. McWhorter has an empty back set. Kokenauer split out. Now he goes in motion, gets the fly sweep, and Cole Bacom knocks him down to the ground. A great play there by Bacom. The 6'2 junior able to shed the block and make Kokenauer lose a yard on the play. Kokenauer is averaging almost 24 carries a game. As we are just underway here. And there's the first pass, quick slant. Kemp makes the catch, breaks the tackle, and now he's into the open field up to the 35-yard line, and that's a gain of 20 to Brady Kemp. So Kemp picks up 20 on the play.
Randall and Halverson in on the tackle for West Marshall.
As Randall and Halverson finally get him down. And the quick pass game Lindemone and Kemp here on the near side. Far side is Kokenauer, Maxwell, and Mitchell. Back to pass, looking to throw down the middle of the field. He had Kokenauer, but it's too tall. Just a seam route right down the middle of the field. And he threw it too high, trying to hit Kokenauer down the middle of the field. Scoreless here for Maxwell, 9:13 to go in this opening quarter. The offensive line from left to right, Archer McFadden, Torrin Schulteis, Adam Smith, Jason Hilgren, and Will Clapper. In the empty set again, in motion comes Lindemone. He fakes the handoff, now running straight up the middle on the read. Big hole for McWhirter. He's got a first down across the 50, and he's into Trojan territory at the 46-yard line. A big gain for McWhirter as he takes that one 18 yards on the run and gets it to about the 46. And it's 1st and 10 CMB at the West Marshall 46-yard line. The Raiders staying with the pistol formation now. Looks like Brady Kemp in the backfield. Kokenauer the setback. He gets it. He's hit and dropped right there. Big hit for the Trojans. That's number 50, Christian Carbajal, as he came through. And we'll see. Looks like they gave him back to the line of scrimmage. But not much going for Kokenauer so far in this first quarter. The Raiders all look to the sideline to get the play. Now coming out will be number 84, Zach Schaefer. Marcus Mitchell, or actually that's Jack Chaville into the game. He goes to the far right side. Tucker Maxwell also out there in the trips with Lindemone and then Brady Kemp by himself on this near side. McWhirter looks to pass, fakes the screen, now fires down the left side. Kemp makes the catch on the sideline, and he's out of bounds at the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 11 as McWhirter hits Kemp for the 3rd time here tonight. Just a comeback route. And now Sebastiano is in on the tackle. The Trojans around the corners. You have Ryan Sebastiano, Josh Larson, one of the safeties, Ross Randall, and Bo Coberly is the safety on the opposite side. Alex Dickey, the middle linebacker, and Chase Burr, the other middle linebacker. He's already had 44.5 tackles on the season. McWhirter has pistol formation. He fakes, now fakes the slant, looking deep for Maxwell, throws it deep, and it's almost intercepted as Sebastiano and Randall down there able to knock it away. That was just a shot play looking for Tucker Maxwell. And good coverage by Randall and Sebastiano. Looked like Randall might have jumped a little bit early, but Sebastiano able to get a hand on it and prevent the catch. 2nd and 10, ball on the West Marshall 34-yard line. 7:52 to go on this opening drive. McWhirter talks to his offensive line. He's got twins to his right, Kokenauer next to him. Also twins to his left. Lindemone coming in motion on the jet sweep. Handoff Kokenauer straight up the middle. He breaks loose, picks up a good gain of about 7. He'll pick up about 7 yards on his 4th carry. And he'll bring up 3rd and 3 for CMB. They've already shown that they will go for it on 4th down. The wide receiver here on the near side, Marcus Mitchell and Tucker Maxwell, also twins to the right. West Marshall shows blitz, but did they jump? And they are going to say they did. Joe Halverson, looks like they're going to call him for the offsides penalty. Looks like he was able to get back, but it is going to be a 5-yard penalty. The first penalty of the game here. And the Raiders will have a first down. So CMB on the march here in this opening drive. That's the first penalty against West Marshall. First penalty of the game. McWhirter takes the snap, hands off Kokenauer, running the right side, spins off a tackler, falls inside the 20, down to about the 15, and he's got about a 6-yard run for CMB there for Kokenauer. After the 5-yard penalty, that'll be 2nd and 4 for the Raiders. Mitchell and Maxwell to the left. Lindebone by himself to the right. Fake handoff, Kokenauer up the middle, McWhirter. He dives forward. He's able to pick up a few. He got it down to maybe the 12-yard line. He'll pick up a couple. He still will be a little bit short. Be 3rd and 1 coming up for the Raiders. Zach Schaefer will come in, kind of the fullback tight end type position for the Raiders. As Maxwell split out to the right, Kokenauer right behind McWhirter. Kemp the tight end on the left side, Lindemone the wide side receiver. Handoff, Kokenauer up the middle, breaks the tackle, still on his feet to the end zone, touchdown. Blake Kokenauer takes it in, and it is 6-0 as CMB on a 12-yard touchdown run by Blake Kokenauer. So the Raiders score first as he just took it straight up the middle, broke a couple tackles, and into the end zone. So CMB on the board first as Maxwell on to try the extra point. 6-0 Raiders on top of the Trojans. A good snap, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So the kick is good for CMB, and they'll take a 7-0 lead with 6:11 to go here in this first quarter. 7-0 CMB on top of West Marshall.
Hi, this is Chris Riddle with Partner Communications, your one-stop shop for everything technology, from computer repair, networking, televisions, and home theater systems, home and farm automation, and much, much more. Partner Communications can tackle all of your technology needs. Our highly trained staff will listen to your needs and work with you to come with a solution that best fits. So if you have a technology question or need, please give us a call at 877-433-7701 or visit www.pcctel.net. Partner Communications, your local one-stop shop for everything tech.
Welcome back to Maxwell. Andy Jennings with you on KDAO.com. 7-0 CMB as the Raiders strike first on a good drive. They took it 95 yards on the opening drive to get the touchdown. West Marshall had them at 4th and 1, way backed up, but the Raiders went for it from their own 14-yard line, and they turn it into an impressive drive, take it down the field, and score a touchdown. Back to receive for the Trojans, Ross Randall and Bo Coberly. Our game tonight being brought to you by St. Andrew's Grill, Bryant's Collision Clinic, and Consumers Energy. Maxwell to kick off as he sets up on the tee, and here's the kick. It's down the left side of the field. He fielded by the upman Burr. He runs over Randall, now takes it up the middle of the field, breaks the tackle, and he's got good return out to the looks like the 37, or maybe the 30. Yeah, looks like about the 37 before Van Zanti got him to the ground. So West Marshall with good field position. Ball on their own 37-yard line. The Trojan starters at quarterback, you have Cameron Bannister. The running back is Alex Dickey. Wide receiver split out to the left is Josh Larson, and the slot Bo Coberly. On the right side is Ross Randall, and Isaac Weigelt is the tight end. We'll have the line here in a minute. Bannister takes the snap, handoff Dickey up the middle. He cuts back inside. He'll pick up a couple. A nice patient run there by Dickey. He was able to cut it back in. He got 2 on the play. West Marshall's offensive line looks like this from left to right. John Kerwood is the left tackle. Logan Billiser is the left guard. Jarrett Bunting the center. Christian Carbajal is the right guard, and Kyle Shaper is at the right tackle. Trojans in the pistol formation. Taking the snap is Bannister, looking to pass. He's looking long, throws the deep shot for Randall. Adjusting, dives, and he makes the catch. And he's inbounds down at the 23-yard line. What a catch by Ross Randall. Takes it from their own 40 all the way down to the 23. That's a gain of 37 on the play. Ross Randall extending backwards makes a spectacular catch, and the Trojans are in business. 1st and 10, ball on the Raiders' 22-yard line. Trip wide receivers set up to the left. Randall, Coberly, and Larson. They'll get a quick screen for Randall, threw it too high. That's out of bounds and incomplete.
Bannister swings out to Randall, just misses him.
Looks like West Marshall had the screen set up on that side,
22-yard line for the
but just too
Trojans.
tall for Ross Randall.
Ball on the 22.
Now Bannister looking to the sideline. The CMB defense up front, you have number 77, Will Clapper, number 59, Archer McFadden, and number 60, Torrin Schulteis. We'll get to the linebackers here in a minute. Pistol formation for West Marshall. Bannister fakes the hand. No, he gives to Dickey, breaks the tackle. Penalty flag flies. He's able to pick up 3 yards. We'll see if this play will hold up or this might be coming back on a holding penalty. And that's the indication from here as the ref on the sideline is calling holding against West Marshall. And a 10-yard penalty will be against the Trojans. And will wipe out that 3-yard run. Well, it looked like it was more than one, but the guy on the sideline over there, the chain gang, only had it about a yard. So West Marshall called for their second penalty. This one is a 10-yard penalty. They also had a 5-yard offsides penalty. Now they're backed up. They'll be facing probably about second and 20. We'll see what the Trojans do here. They hit Randall on a deep fly route, put him in good field position. Now they're back at their own, looks like about their 35. In motion comes Randall, splitting out all the way to the left. Bannister looking to pass. It's a wheel route for Randall, threw it behind him, and he was able to come back for it, but couldn't make the catch. And that ball just hung up there a little bit on Bannister. Looked like Bannister was expecting Randall to slow down on the pass, and Randall was expecting Bannister to throw more of a shot down the field. And now it's 3rd and 25 for West Marshall. So 3rd and 25 for the Trojans. As Bannister has Dickey behind him, Randall and Weigelt split out to his right. The left side, Coberly is in the slot. Josh Larson is the far side receiver out there. A quick snap to Bannister. He's going to run to his left. He's getting chased, gets away, and takes it straight out of bounds. And still well short of the first down. Able to get back to the line of scrimmage. But that's about it for Cameron Bannister. So it'll be 4th down and long. Josh Larson pretty good at pooch punting for West Marshall. They might be too close to try a pooch punt though. West Marshall lining up like they're going to go for it here. One of those situations where you're too close to punt. They're going to try and maybe throw it up, see if he can't catch one. Bannister fires down the middle of the field. He threw it behind his intended receiver, Coberly, and the Trojans will turn it over on downs. So West Marshall got the one big play to Randall, but unable to get anything going. The holding penalty hurt. Down here, they had it at the CMB 22-yard line, and then the holding penalty. Now the Raiders will take over at their own 35-yard line.
On the 35-yard line for the Raiders.
So CMB already has a 95-yard drive. Now they have it at their own 35. As coming to the huddle is Hunter McWhirter, the quarterback for the Raiders. He's got a bunch set here on the left side, trip wide receivers. Single wide receiver to his right is Kemp. Will throw to the flats, and he nearly threw a pick six there. He threw it behind everybody. Dickey was all over the pass.
Incomplete pass intended for Kokenauer.
And he threw it behind Kokenauer. Fortunately for
the Trojans.
The Raiders, because if he would have thrown that on time, Dickey might have been taking that one to the end zone. 2nd and 10 coming up for CMB. 4:37 to go in this opening quarter. Split out far to the left side on this sideline. It's Jack Chaville. Tucker Maxwell in the slot. Kokenauer next to him. The far right side is Brady Kemp. And looks like Travis Lindemone. In motion comes Kokenauer, faking the handoff McWhirter, straight up the middle. He falls forward across the 40 to the 41. He'll pick up about 6 yards.
Big push from the front line.
A small gain there for McWhirter. And now CMB facing 3rd and 5. So they give McWhorter 5 on the carry. Tries the hard count. Twin wide receivers to the left and right. Kokenauer next to McWhorter in the backfield. He takes the snap, rolls out, looks for the slant. Jabil had it, dropped it, and Randall comes with a big hit. And it's incomplete. Jabil felt the hit coming, and Ross Randall put his helmet right on the ball. And looks like CMB is going to go for it again.
There is a flag on the play.
Well, there is a penalty flag down in the backfield. It's going to be holding against the Raiders, it appears. And 4th and 5, you've already seen CMB go for it once. Do you back him up or do you just decline here? Looks like West Marshall's going to decline the penalty. Here's the call. The official right in the middle of the screen. It is holding against CMB. 3:52 to go in this first quarter. The penalty is declined. And CMB looks like they're going to go for it here. That's why you were curious whether to decline or accept that penalty. Would have made it 3rd and 15, now 4th and 5. CMB showing a lot of guts early in this game. It's an important game for both teams. And the Raiders coming out going 4th and 5. McWhorter back to pass. Big rush Bacom throwing towards the sideline. Maxwell can't hang on. And Sebastiano right there on the coverage. And West Marshall will take over in tremendous field position. An interesting call there for the Raiders as Coach Rob Luther aggressive in the early going. And now West Marshall set up with the ball at the CMB 39. Actually, the CMB 41. A ball on the CMB 41-yard line. And under center this time is Bannister. He's got one wide receiver out to his left. That's Dickey. He's going to motion to the backfield. Handoff to the fullback, Burr. Takes it straight up the middle. And there's nowhere to run. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard. Yeah, he is able to pick up one. And a number of Raiders right there in the middle. The linebackers for CMB. Dalton Birchmeyer is an outside linebacker. Jason Hilgren, a middle linebacker. Brady Kemp, a middle linebacker. Caleb Banzanti, also one of the middle linebackers. And Blake Kokenauer is the other outside linebacker. Under center is Bannister. Takes the snap. He'll fake. Looks to throw. He's in all kinds of trouble. Gets away. Rolling to his right. He'll fire for Coberly, and it's intercepted by the Raiders. It's picked off on the sideline by Tucker Maxwell. Bannister rolled to his right, and he came out all the way, and he throws the interception to Tucker Maxwell, and the first turnover will go against West Marshall. Well, Maxwell picks it off, and CMB will have the ball going back the other way with pretty decent field position. Ball on their own 32. But tough luck for West Marshall there as they had good field position, but can't do anything with it. McWhorter, pistol formation. He's got the tight end in front of him. Hands to Kokenauer straight up the middle. He's hit, breaking tackles, falls forward, and he gets it up to about the 38 before he's brought down. That's a gain of about 6. Maybe they'll give him 7 for Kokenauer. Halverson in on the tackle for West Marshall. So 2nd and about 4 for CMB with 2:38 to go here in this first quarter. 7-0 CMB on KDAO.com. Travis Lindemone is the near side receiver. Tucker Maxwell is the top side receiver. Zach Schaefer in the backfield. Handoff Kokenauer running the right side. Gets a block on the corner. Hurdles the defender. He's got the first down. And he's near midfield. He's down at the 49. And that's a gain of about 10 for Blake Kokenauer. Kokenauer picks up 10 on his 8th carry. And it's 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Ball on their own 49. West Marshall that time got blocked on that near side defensive end. Bacom tried to get off the block, and good block on the end. Fakes the handoff. McWhorter running the right side. Gets a block on the corner, and he's finally tackled as he's into West Marshall territory. on a gain of about 7 for Hunter McWhirter. Ross Randall makes the tackle. It looks like they'll give him 6. So 6-yard gain for McWhirter before Randall able to get him down in the secondary. 2nd and 4 for CMB. Trip wide receivers to the left. Looks like a single tight end on that right side is Brady Kemp. He gives the handoff. Kokenauer breaks to the outside, gets away from the defender. Now he's down the sidelines, still on his feet. He's inside the 30, down to about the 20-yard line. And a big gain there of 24 for Blake Kokenauer. As he takes that one all the way down, and now he's in a lot of pain as he comes to the sideline here. Never want to speculate. Well, it looks like something is hurting Kokenauer on that right side. He's coming to the sidelines. A terrific run that time by Kokenauer on that right side of the offensive line. Got good blocks from Will Clapper and Jason Hilgren. Also Brady Kemp over there to spring him. And he's coming to the sideline slowly. Kind of walking gingerly on the sideline. And the trainer down there to look at Kokenauer. Dalton Birchmeyer will take over in the backfield now for CMB. He's got McWhirter. McWhirter's got Birchmeyer. Trips to the left. Single tight end again to the right side. McWhirter fakes the handoff, running the read option, breaks a tackle. He's picking his way through defenders. And he'll get it down to about the 11. It looks like to the 11-yard line. Yeah, no, he didn't quite get that much. Looks like more about a 4 or 5 yard run. So 5-yard gain for McWhirter. As Maxwell brings the play in, Schaefer is the fullback. Right to the left of McWhirter. In the backfield, Birchmeyer. Birchmeyer gets the handoff, running straight up the middle. He fights forward. Kerwood in on the tackle. Actually looked like it was Kerwood in on the tackle. He got a couple.
Kerwood and Burry in on the tackle for West Marshall.
As Birchwood's first carry. And that'll bring up 3rd and 2. They'll give him 3 on the carry. And with 16 seconds to go in this opening quarter, CMB is going to let the clock run out. So after 1 quarter, Raiders on top of the Trojans, 7-0 on KDAO.com.
Capture a win with all that Central State Bank has to offer. From Trojan Tot Savings Club to debit cards, online banking, bill pay, and more. We are here to help you reach your goals. Give us a call to learn about our new mobile app and mobile capture deposit that will be implemented soon. Central State Bank and State Center is a proud supporter of West Marshall Athletics and the Fine Arts Department. That's Central State Bank in State Center. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Brian's Collision Clinic is your collision repair expert. From small dents to major accidents, we can repair it all. Any make or model. Brian's Collision Clinic and State Center cares about you and your car. We know if we provide you with exceptional repairs and service, you will return again and refer your family and friends should a future repair need arise. Brian's Collision Clinic would like to welcome you to become a part of their repair family, not just another customer. Brian's Collision Clinic and State Center, where quality and professionalism collide.
Consumers Energy's mission is to provide their members with reliable electric service in a safe manner at affordable and equitable rates. The cooperative has been serving its members since 1938. Based in Marshalltown, Consumers Energy provides electric service to over 5,000 members in central Iowa. For more information, visit their website at www.consumersenergy.coop. Consumers Energy is a proud supporter of area athletics.
Welcome back to Maxwell. Andy Jennings with you on KDAO.com. We start the second quarter. CMB leading West Marshall 7-0, and the Raiders have it 3rd and 2 at the West Marshall 10. 3rd and 2 at the West Marshall 10-yard line. As McWhirter in the shotgun, he's got Schaefer right to the right of him, and Kokenauer back in. That's good news for the Raiders. as McWhorter tries to get him to jump. Now he's going to come up and change the play at the line of scrimmage. Schaefer staying to the right side. McWhorter takes a high snap. Kokenauer hitting the backfield. He's not going to get away as Tyson Eisenhower and looked like Christian Carbajal blew that play up in the backfield. And that'll be a big loss. That takes the ball all the way back to the 15. So about a 5-yard loss. That'll bring up 4th and 7. Good penetration that time defensively for West Marshall. As it was Tyson Eisenhower. Now CMB will spread it out again. This is where the Raiders like to run those quick slants and the curl routes. McWhorter back to pass. Throws towards the right side on the curl. It's knocked away by Coverly, and it's incomplete. We do have a halftime score for you as things zooming along over in Eldora. South Hardin leading Sadell 8-7 at halftime. So Coverly gets the turnover, and the second time CMB has turned it over on downs. And West Marshall able to avoid giving up points off a turnover. They won't have very good field position as they will take over. And we can also report West Waterloo leads Marshalltown 21-0 after 1 quarter. Bannister under center. He's got Dickey behind him, takes the snap, hands it off to Dickey, running straight up the middle, and he's tossed to the ground. He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he might have lost a yard. Well, let's see where they mark him. Looks like maybe he did get back to the line. So we'll be 2nd and 10. Only the second carry for Alex Dickey. As Coverly will split off to this left side. He's got Weigelt, the tight end, I formation for West Marshall. Ross Randall is the far side receiver. Under center, Bannister fakes the handoff, rolling out on the option, and he's dropped in the backfield again. This time Jason Hilgren was all over Bannister in the backfield, and he just took the loss. Smart play by Bannister, as there was just nothing there. And that'll bring up 3rd and about 14 yards for West Marshall. 10:15 to go in this first half. 7-0 CMB with the lead. Bannister has Dickey in the backfield. He's going to drop back to pass. Now he's rolling out to his right. Fires towards Coverly. It's too tall, and it's incomplete, and West Marshall will be forced to have to punt.
There's a complete pass covered up by...
So Bannister hit his first pass, and now he's missed his next 4. Just a little bit off between him and the receivers so far here tonight. Our game tonight being brought to you by Central State Bank and Partner Communications. West Marshall will punt. Tucker Maxwell and Blake Kokenauer will drop back. Josh Larson to punt it. He's a good punter for West Marshall. Sebastiano is the gunner. Ross Randall the other gunner on the far side. This is where you got to be careful. Brady Kemp trying to come off that corner, try and block a punt in the end zone. It's a good snap. Larson gets it off. It's high and down the middle of the field. Maxwell waves for the fair catch and makes a diving catch at the 45-yard line. And that's where CMB will take over at the West Marshall 45. So CMB with great field position once again. And it's 1st and 10, ball on the 45.
40-yard line.
Actually, ball on the 40-yard line.
5-yard line.
It is the 45-yard line. Thought I had it right, but you can never be too sure. And that's where CMB will take over. McWhorter in the shotgun. We haven't seen any of the number 2 quarterback here tonight, although I think we just saw him. Braden Acker into the game. Handoff Kokenauer, breaks a tackle, and Ross Randall just saved a touchdown because Kokenauer was about to break loose. And that's a 10-yard gain. And it is the second quarterback into the game for CMB, Braden Acker. He comes in at 20 of 50, 259 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Twin wide receivers split out to the left. He's going to hand to Kokenauer, running the left side, and Bacam does a good job eating up his block over there and able to get him down. a number of Trojans. Looked like Chase Burr was in on the tackle too. And that's going to be a loss of 2, maybe a loss of 3. Looks like a loss of 2 for Kokenauer on his 12th carry. Maxwell, Lindemone, and Javille lined up to the right side. Left side is Brady Kemp all by himself. Back to pass is Acker. He'll fake, looking to throw deep. Fires down the middle, looking for Maxwell. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown! Tucker Maxwell on a deep post. It was a double move, and that's a 37-yard touchdown pass from Braden Acker to Tucker Maxwell. So Maxwell scores the touchdown, and it is 13-0 Raiders. And on for the extra point, Maxwell will kick it. Coberly was right there, but a good throw by Braden Acker put that one right on the money, gave his receiver a chance, and Maxwell went up to get it. And the extra point for Maxwell here to come. That's his 3rd touchdown of the season. The snap is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So CMB will take a 14-0 lead with 9:05 to go here in this first half. CMB leading West Marshall on KDAO.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
GNB Bank with locations in Ackley, Conrad, Grundy Center, Iowa Falls, Manchester, Marshalltown, and Story City. St. Andrew's Grill in State Center offers a great selection of delicious food from steaks and seafood to pasta and more. After the game or anytime, St. Andrew's Grill in State Center is a great place to relax and spend time with your friends. St. Andrew's Grill opens at 11 a.m. Tuesday through Friday and at 4 p.m. on Mondays and Saturdays. A proud supporter of West Marshall Athletics, St. Andrew's Grill at 101 2nd Street Southeast in State Center is ready to serve you.
CMB leading West Marshall 14-0 with 9:05 to go in this second quarter. West Marshall having a little bit of trouble getting their offense going so far here in this first half. Just the one big play to Ross Randall. He made a great catch to start the game with 37 yards, but since that point, West Marshall has not done too much. Looks like only 3 positive yards, almost -2 yards. So Maxwell to kick off. He'll kick it. It's a low lining kick straight out of bounds, and that's what West Marshall wanted, as they will have good field position on the kick straight out of bounds. Maxwell is trying to angle it towards the sideline, keep it away from the return men, but he kicked that one right towards and right out of bounds on the right sideline. Well, West Marshall will take over at their own 35-yard line here. It looks like it's their own 35 or own 40 here. It is their own 35. It'll be 1st and 10. I don't know. They're going to have them re-kick it. So West Marshall will take the penalty, and they'll move CMB back, see if they can't get something here on special teams. As now Coach Luther calls his Raiders to the sideline after the kick out of bounds. And with 9:04 to go in this second quarter, we'll re-kick it. A touchdown so far, 12-yard touchdown run by Blake Kokenauer. And Braden Acker connected with Tucker Maxwell on a 37-yard touchdown pass. And both times the extra point by Tucker Maxwell have been good. That's how the Raiders have the lead, 14-0. So Maxwell will re-tee it up and re-kick. Not a bad idea by West Marshall. We'll see if it pays off. They would have had it at their own 35. Now we'll see where they get it as Maxwell has to kick it off again.
Randall Humberly to receive for the Trojans.
West Marshall's up at around the 20-yard line for Coberly and Randall, the deep returners. And it's an onside kick, and it goes just straight sideways. And that's going to be another penalty. And a great choice by West Marshall, because they're going to have it in CMB territory, as that worked out very well for the Trojans after the penalty. Now they're going to get it at the CMB 41-yard line. So West Marshall will get it at the CMB 41. The second time the Trojans have taken over in CMB territory. And the first time they threw an interception on that first play as Bannister rolled to his right. Tried to fire it to Coberly on the sidelines, and Tucker Maxwell picked it off. So it's an illegal procedure penalty. And with 9:04 to go here in this second quarter, 14-0, CMB with the lead. As Bannister will take over. West Marshall needing something positive to happen on offense. They got twin wide receivers to the right, and Dickey lined up to the left. Burr right behind Bannister. A handoff to Burr, straight up the middle. He fights forward, carrying some bodies with him, and he's able to pick up a couple. He got it up to the 40. Looks like they'll give him to the 39. So a gain of 2. But positive yardage on first down, and that's what West Marshall is looking for. CMB has a big defensive front. McFadden runs 290, Clapper 272, and Schultheis is 246. So right in the middle there, the big defensive tackle, McFadden. He's a load to get out of there, 6 foot 290. Pistol formation for West Marshall. Coberly in the slot, Larson outside of him. Randall on the left side. Bannister looks to throw, fires to Coberly, makes the catch in the flat. He's got a first down. He's down to the, looks like to the 30, inside the 30 to the 25. And that's a gain of 14 as Bannister connects with Bo Coberly.
Acre for the Raiders.
So a big gain there for Coberly of 14 yards. And West Marshall has something going on this drive. They were set up in good field position the first time down here, and they had a penalty going the other way. See if they can finish this off with a touchdown. Handoff in the backfield, and Kemp blitzing off the outside. Just hammers Dickey in the backfield. Nowhere to go for Alex Dickey, as it was a quarterback read play that time for Bannister. And that's a loss of 5. Looks like a loss of 4. Those are the plays that really hurt. Actually, it's a loss of more than that because they had, well, it would have been a loss of 4 because that was earlier in the drive. So Bannister now facing 2nd and 14. Coberly in the left slot. Larson, the outside receiver. Randall by himself to the right. And penalties fly. And is it going to go against West Marshall? Looks like a false start penalty against the Trojans. And that's the 3rd penalty against West Marshall. This time a 5-yard penalty. And that'll be 2nd and 19 for West Marshall. Ball on the CMB, looks like about the 34. They keep backing themselves up here. See which Trojan is going to come up with a big play. Bannister in the pistol, takes the snap, looking to pass. Now it's a draw play to Dickey. He gets a block, breaks the tackle. He's inside the 25, and he's down close to the first down marker at the, looks like he almost got it down towards, looks like he got it to the 19, so a big run there for Alex Dickey. Gain of about 15 yards. And a 15-yard run for Dickey. That's his best run of the night. Good call on the draw play. Now it's 3rd and 4 for West Marshall. Ball on the CMB 19. It's probably 4-down territory for the Trojans. Bannister under center. I formation, takes the snap, hands to Dickey. He's hitting the backfield, nowhere to go. Archer McFadden just blew up that play. It looked like if Bannister might have faked that handoff, it almost looked like nobody was on the outside, but he handed it off to Dickey, and he's hitting the backfield for a 2-yard loss. So now it's 4th and 6 for West Marshall. 5:50 to go in this first half. 14-0 Raiders. Trojans going for it. We've seen a couple of turnovers on downs already. Bannister will roll to his left, looking to throw, fires, hits Larson, makes the catch, breaks the tackle, and he's inside the 15 down to the 10, and he's got the first down. Big throw there by Cameron Bannister, and that's a gain of 10 on the play, and a big-time throw for Bannister. Larson makes the catch, picks up the first down. This ran a little, it's like a curl route almost, and he's able to get away from the defender, picks it up. And West Marshall will continue the drive with 5:23 to go in this first half. Bannister in the empty set. He's got trips to his right. Now Dickey will motion to the backfield. He goes around him. Bannister looking to run. Rolling to his right. He fires to the end zone, and it's incomplete as Ben Gunderson able to knock Coverly. He hit Coverly right when the ball arrived. It was a great play call by West Marshall. They had Coverly in the end zone wide open, but just a second late, and Gunderson able to recover and knocks it loose. Ben Gunderson, one of the corners out there. Tucker Maxwell is the safety, and Travis Lindemone, the other corner.
West Marshall, ball sits on the 11-yard line.
As the Trojans have 2nd and 10, ball on the 11. They can still get one first down at about the 1-yard line. Bannister in the pistol formation. He's got Dickey right behind him. Takes the snap, hands to Dickey, straight up the middle. He's wrapped up and thrown forward, and he's able to pick up a few inside the 10 down to probably the 8. And they gave him about 3 for Alex Dickey. And 3rd and 7 coming up for West Marshall. A fast-moving first half here with 4:40 to go in this first half. 14-0 Raiders on top of the Trojans. Dickey and Burr in the backfield. Randall split out to the right. Bannister will fake, hands it off to Coverly on the fly sweep, breaks a tackle. He's going to dive forward, and he's inside the 5 and down right there at about the 5-yard line. But it will make the decision better on 4th down, and he's able to get a few. That should make it about 4th and 3. It's like 4th and 4. 4th and 4 for West Marshall. Just under 4 minutes to go in this first half. West Marshall trying to answer the 2 touchdowns by CMB. Bannister under center. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. He's got Weigelt wide open, makes the catch, touchdown. Isaac Weigelt with the touchdown, and he'll run it in. Beautifully designed play there. Just a little play action rollout and a 5-yard score and a big momentum booster for West Marshall. So the Trojans get on the board, and it's 14-6. Well, West Marshall will try to, looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Well, West Marshall lining up to go for 2 with 3:45 to go in this. Unless Dickey is going to kick it down. This is 2-point conversion, pistol formation. Trip wide receivers to the right, Randall, Coverly, and Larson. Bannister takes the snap, hands to Dickey. He's hitting the backfield, nowhere to go, and he's not going to get there as number 71 comes up to make the tackle. And West Marshall will settle for 6 points. 14-6, 3:45 to go here in this second quarter. CMB on top of West Marshall, 14-6 on KDAO.com.
When it comes to insurance, you need someone who's on your side. Call Jim, Lisa, or Eric at Eckhart Enterprises to discuss your home, auto, health, or life insurance needs. The unparalleled service at Eckhart Enterprises will put you and your loved ones at ease. Or if it's accounting help you need, call Mike at Eckhart Enterprises for year-round tax and accounting services. Be sure to ask about free electronic filing. Stop by 127 West Main in State Center and let the experts at Eckhart Enterprises help safeguard your family.
Welcome back to Maxwell. Andy Jennings with you on KDAO.com. As West Marshall has responded, they've got their first touchdown. 14-6 is our score. CMB on top of West Marshall. It's a critical game in Class 2A District 3. Both these teams don't want to fall to 0-2 in district play and it's been a good first half. CMB's kind of controlled the ball most of the ball game, but West Marshall able to get a good drive there and get closer at 14-6. It'll be Kokenauer and Tucker Maxwell back to return. Ross Randall to kick off. There's 3:45 to go in this first half. And everybody, let's see, I don't remember any timeouts being called, so I think everyone's got all three. Maybe one timeout was called. CMB has called one timeout, that's right, on the play, but West Marshall has not called any timeouts. Randall is a looping kick towards the left side. Maxwell catches it. He ducks down, and he's hammered down right there at the, looks like about the 33. And it'll be where CMB takes over at their own 33. So CMB will have it actually closer to their own 31. And with 3:40 to go, the Raiders have two timeouts. All three timeouts for West Marshall. And trip wide receivers lined up to the right side. Braden Acker is the quarterback. We've seen Hunter McWhirter also tonight. Kokenauer coming in motion, fakes the fly sweep, now looking for the deep pass to Maxwell. Now he's going to run it straight up the middle on the scramble, and he's able to pick up a few. Looks like he got 4. As Aker picks up 4. And that'll bring up second and about 6, second and 7. Looks like second and 6, 3:20 to go in this second quarter. 14-6, Raiders on top of the Trojans. Aker in the empty set. In motion comes Kokenauer. Fakes the fly sweep. Rolling to his right. Now throws back to Kemp. Wide open in the flat. Running straight up the left sideline. He's got the first down. Or he's awfully close to the first down. Looks like he's out of bounds about a yard short. So Kemp picks up. It looked like it was going to be a bigger gain than it was, but West Marshall did a nice job rallying to the ball. And he only got 7. Well, he needed 6, so he only got 5. He was way behind the line of scrimmage, so it looked like he ran further than he actually did. So Aker has Kokenauer next to him as we're right at the 3-minute mark. It's Kokenauer running to the right side, breaks a tackle. He's got the first down. He's across the 45, down at the 47, and he is hurting. And it looks like Kokenauer is going to have to come out of this ball game. As Kokenauer picks up about 7 on the play and then turned to his coach and said he's got to come out. So we'll see what that means for the Raiders as their star running back, Blake Kokenauer, having a little bit of trouble here on the sideline. Faking the jet sweep. Birchmeyer on the handoff up the middle, and this time there's a ton of penetration for the Trojans as 4 guys in the backfield, including number 5 for West Marshall. That's Levi Randall. And that's a big loss for CMB of 3 yards. So Birchmeyer loses 3. And now it's 2nd and 13. We're down to 2:20 to go in the second quarter. Aker in the shotgun. He's got Birchmeyer next to him. Fakes the handoff. Now looking to throw. He steps up, and now he's sacked. Cole Bacom brings him down. He is able to get back. Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage, and West Marshall will call timeout. So the Trojans will take their first timeout as they will try and stop the clock, maybe get a chance to get the ball back here before halftime. 14-6, CMB on top of West Marshall, 2:05 to go here on KDAO.com.
When you're searching for your next new or used car, truck, van, or SUV, the best selection can be found at Union Auto in Union. Choose from quality used trade-in late models and program vehicles, along with new Ford models in stock. When it comes to service, Union Auto has Ford certified technicians in their service department. And don't forget to ask about their service specials. You can also look them up on the web at www.unionautoinc.com.
Welcome back to Maxwell. Andy Jennings with you on KDAO.com. 14-6 is our score. 2:05 to go here in this first half. 3rd and 14 for the Raiders. West Marshall has 2 timeouts left. CMB also with 2 timeouts left. Our game tonight brought to you by Eckhart Enterprises and Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken. In the shotgun, it looks like a pistol formation for Aker. He's got trips to his right, and whistles blow, and looks like timeout was called by CMB. So the Raiders didn't like what they saw lined up for West Marshall, and they will take their 2nd timeout, and now they're down to just 1 timeout to go in this first half. 14-6, Raiders on top of the Trojans on KDAO.com.
Capture a win with all that Central State Bank has to offer. From Trojan Tot Savings Club to debit cards, online banking, bill pay, and more. We are here to help you reach your goals. Give us a call to learn about our new mobile app and mobile capture deposit that will be implemented soon. Central State Bank and State Center is a proud supporter of West Marshall Athletics and the Fine Arts Department. That's Central State Bank in State Center. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Maxwell. Andy Jennings with you on KDAO.com. It's 14-6. West Marshall trailing CMB with 2:04 to go in this second quarter. How aggressive will the Raiders be? They've already hit one 37-yard touchdown pass from Aker to Maxwell here tonight. They've also had a 20-yard completion and an 11-yard completion. They're facing 3rd and 14 here. 14-6 CMB. West Marshall showing blitz. Here they come. Aker is bumped into, and now he's sacked back inside his own 35-yard line. And timeout is called by West Marshall. It was Alex Dickey on the linebacker blitz, and he got Aker, as the CMB offensive coaches weren't too pleased with that sack, as frustration boiling over for the Raiders, as they sack all the way back to, looks like they got it to the 34. So that's a loss of about 9 for Aker. That's the 2nd time he's been sacked, and West Marshall should get the ball back with a little over, well, about a minute 40, minute 50 to go, depending on where this punt goes. It'll be 4th and, well, it'll be 4th and about 23 for the Raiders. Now, CMB got those 2 touchdowns, but West Marshall is starting to get momentum as we're working our way towards halftime. Now, CMB a little bit of a wide punt set here, as Maxwell will drop back to punt. Coverly to receive. Randall is the up man. Coverly very dangerous. The 3 up blockers for CMB. Does West Marshall come after it? Halverson, a good rush. He nearly blocked it. It's a side-winding bounce, and Coverly will get away from it. It rolls inside the 30, and that'll be down at about the 27. It's like the 27 is where West Marshall will take over. And the Trojans, we'll see how aggressive they get here. They got 1 timeout, and they've got to go. Looks like they've got it. Well, let's see, it's at the, that's at the 24.
Minute 49 left in the second, 14-6 Raiders.
It looks like it is about the 27. The West Marshall gets it at their own 27-yard line. A little bit harder to see some of these markers here. The paint isn't quite as bright as some of the places, so with all the rain we've had, it's a little bit difficult to see the markers sometimes. Bannister under center. He's got Coverly to his right, Dickey in the backfield. It'll be Dickey on the handoff, straight up the middle, breaks a tackle. He's able to pick his way, and now a number of bodies carry him away. He's able to get good yardage, though, as he'll pick up about 5. Looks like he's pushed back to the 32, so a gain of 5 for Alex Dickey. West Marshall ran it on the first down. We'll see what they do here. Now going pistol formation. Dickey right behind Bannister. He takes the snap, looking to pass. Will roll to his left. Now he's in trouble. Hilgren all over him. He's all in kinds of trouble. He's sacked back at the 20-yard line. So Bannister tried to get away, and Jason Hilgren, a nice job. West Marshall does get the ball at halftime as they kick to start the game. So now knowing that and now facing a long ways on 3rd and 18, you wonder if West Marshall will try anything here. That's a loss of 13 on the play as the clock ticks down to 41 seconds. Now 40 seconds to go here in this second quarter. West Marshall gave up good field position a number of times, so you'd probably feel pretty good going in, only down 14-6. As the clock down, there's a delay game penalty. And West Marshall will take delay game. That'll bring up 3rd and 23, unless they called timeout. Looks like they did call timeout. I don't know. They dropped the flag, but now the near side official came in. Now they're going to conference in the middle of the field. So West Marshall got the timeout before the delay game penalty. So that's the final timeout for West Marshall. As they take their final timeout with 27 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Recap of the scoring for you. CMB had a 12-yard touchdown run by Blake Kokenauer. Tucker Maxwell's PAT was good. And then Braden Aker connected with Tucker Maxwell for a 37-yard touchdown pass. And the PAT again good. And then West Marshall just a little bit ago scored on a touchdown pass from Cameron Bannister to Isaac Weigelt. And the two-point conversion was no good. 14-6 is our score. 3rd and 18, 27 seconds to go. CMB does have the one timeout, I believe. So they could call timeout if West Marshall just runs it. Or they might try and throw it here. We'll see what happens. They come out with a spread look. Might be trying to spread the Raiders out and then run that draw play they ran for such good yardage earlier. Bannister takes the snap and the pistol, looking to pass, fires it down the middle, hits Coberly. He's at the 40, he's got the first down, spins, and now he breaks the tackle. He's still on his feet at the 45, now inside the 50, and he's down at the 47-yard line with 13 seconds to go. West Marshall's out of timeouts. So 13 seconds, a big play there on 3rd and 18. And West Marshall, good job getting set up. 13 seconds to go. Bannister, pistol formation. Everyone's set. He takes the snap. He rolls out to his right, fakes the handoff to nobody. Now he's rolling. Penalty flag flies. Bannister, he's going to get out of bounds at the 35, but the clock has run out. And that's how this first half looks like it'll come to an end. There is a penalty if it's a defensive penalty, but it's holding against the Trojans. So it looks like it is going to be halftime. We will try and get the pass yardage there from Bannister to Coberly. Went from the 23 to about the 47. Well, that's a gain of 40 on the play. So a 40-yard pass to end this first half. So we are at halftime, 14-6. CMB leading West Marshall here at halftime. We'll take a break, come back with the halftime show, then we'll have more coming up for you on KDAO.com.
KDAO Online brings you sports coverage from these Central Iowa schools. KDAO Online also brings you live and recorded coverage of local events, including parades, Marshalltown City Council meetings, and civic events like political forums and public meetings. To advertise on KDAO Online, call 641-752-4122. Bringing Central Iowa to the world, it's KDAO Online.
Welcome back to Maxwell. Andy Jennings with you on KDAO.com. We're at the half between West Marshall and CMB. We'll have your first half stats in just a little bit. Tonight on our halftime show, we have comments from West Marshall cross-country coach Cynthia Hilleman and South Hardin cross-country coach Mike Olson. We'll take a look at the AP high school football rankings and break down the weekend in college football and the NFL. So let's jump right into it. West Marshall cross country coach talked about some of her kids and how they're progressing.
Oh, sure. Maddie Gerhardt and Shannon Brea really did a nice job. They kind of seemed like they ran together, and they finished 21st and 22nd. And then Emma Pierce and Rosie Dolly, they also finished right together, which it kind of helps running with a group. And then we had Mariah Bacchus, another really strong runner, kind of in between those two groups. So they've been really kind of running as a group, the girls, and pushing each other. Where the boys, I have a couple other kids. John Honstein, he's our second runner, and he has been doing a nice job. His times have dropped at least a minute or more from last year. And then I got two other kids, Seth Deiser and Mark Van Meter, who's brand new to cross country, and they've both been kind of running and working very well together.
Coach Hilleman also said she's very excited about the home meet on Tuesday.
Yep, we've been doing it for several years, and it's just kind of been growing and growing, and we get more teams, and it's really exciting. I think the kids take a lot of pride. Shout out to Coach Hackett. He has the football players come, and they cheer us on, which is wonderful to see all of the student body there, really, cheering us on. Because when we go on the road, not a lot of people come and watch. So it's a very good day for us. We're very proud, and it's a lot of fun, too.
That's West Marshall cross country coach Cynthia Hilleman. The South Hardin cross country team is coached by Mike Olson. Coach Olson talks about how they can tell a kid is improving on times.
Yeah, we keep the data from year to year and compare, what this kid ran last year if the course stayed pretty much the same. We could do that at our first meet at our home course because our course stayed almost the same. We had to make a little adjustment. But the Johnson course was they changed it and made it longer this year. So the kids were a little distressed with their times until I pointed that change in the course out to them. But Ballard's been running the same course for about 20 years without any variance, and it was we saw kids taking 30, 40 seconds off from last year's time, so that helps. And you just want to know what a 5K time looks like, unless it's an extreme course like Pine Lake. Those are going to be backed off a little bit because of the hills. But if it's just an average course, you can kind of just say, well, we need to be getting down under 20 minutes or down toward 18 minutes as a goal for the kids if they don't have any other previous races or anything, if they're freshmen, something like that.
Coach Olson also talked about how the kids have to be prepared for their first Saturday meet tomorrow.
Yeah, that first Saturday morning meet's always kind of an interesting thing. The nice thing is we know it's going to be nice and cool and don't have to worry about the heat that we've been having. The first two meets anyway, last night wasn't too bad, but just getting out of bed and making sure that you're in the new pattern. What am I going to eat? What am I going to drink? And all that kind of stuff. Does take some learning. So, like you said, it is exciting. It's something new for them. Get out. We get to see some teams we haven't seen, and always looking forward to a good meet down there.
That's South Hardin High School cross country coach Mike Olson. Here's a look at your AP high school football rankings. In Class 4A, West Des Moines Valley is number 1, coming off their big win over Dowling last week. Cedar Rapids, Washington is 2, West Des Moines Dowling is 3, Ankeny Centennial 4, Iowa City West 5, Council Bluffs Lewis Central is 6, Waukee is number 7, Muscatine is number 8, Iowa City 9, and Cedar Falls is 10. In Class 3A, Cedar Rapids Xavier is number 1, Pella 2, Norwalk 3, Washington is number 4, West Delaware Manchester 5, Carroll is 6, Creston Orient Maxburg is 7, Sergeant Bluff Luton is 8, Ballard Huxley is 9, and Gilbert is number 10. In Class 2A, North Fayette West Union is number 1, New Hampton 2, Union LaPorte City 3, Boyden Hall Rock Valley is 4, Garner Hayfield Ventura 5, Waukon is number 6, Clarion Goldfield 7, Mount Vernon 8, Cascade is number 9, number 10 is Central Lyon GLR. In Class 1A, Iowa City Regina is number 1, Pella Christian 2, West Lyon Inwood is 3, Hinton number 4, Denver 5, Van Meter 6, Madron is 7. Hull Western Christian 8. Wilton 9. And West Branch is number 10. In Class A, St. Ansgar is number 1. They received 12 first-place votes. Gladbrook Rhinebeck is 2. They received 3 first-place votes. Bishop Garrigan Algona is number 3. Council Bluffs St. Albert's is 4. Lisbon is number 5. West Sioux is number 6. Linville Sully 7. Mason City Newman Catholic, who's hosting Grundy Center tonight, is number 8. West Hancock is number 9. And Hudson is number 10. In 8-man football, Gilbertville Don Bosco is 1. Fremont Mills is 2. Audubon 3. AGWSR is 4. Lone Tree number 5. Jackson Junction Turkey Valley is 6. Bedford is 7. Harris Lake Park 8. Gradinger Terrell Ruthven Eyeshire is number 9. And Coon Rapids Bayard is number 10. It's another big weekend for college football. Here in the state locally, number 13 Iowa hosts North Dakota State. It'll be at Kinnick Stadium. It's an 11 a.m. kick, and it's on TV on ESPN2. Iowa coming off a rout of Iowa State, 42-3. North Dakota State coming off an overtime victory at Eastern Washington, 50-44. Iowa played outstanding Saturday night versus the Cyclones. Matt Vandenberg showed what he can do, hauling in 7 passes for 129 yards and a touchdown. Offensively, Iowa's averaging 214 yards passing and 205 yards rushing, scoring 43.5 points per game and allowing just 12. North Dakota State has won both their games by a touchdown, beating Charleston Southern 24-17 and Eastern Washington 50-44. Offensively, the Bison are averaging 225 yards passing and 255 yards rushing. They've scored 37 points per game and allowed 30.5. The Bison do have a history of playing FBS teams tough, and they've won 5 straight with wins over Minnesota, Kansas, Colorado State, Kansas State, and Iowa State. So the team is going to come in ready to play, so Iowa can't have a letdown. Easton Stick is the Bison's quarterback. He's thrown for 451 yards with 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. He can also run a little bit with 105 yards rushing. Running back Lance Dunn has rushed for 178 yards, and King Frazier has rushed for 178 yards. Darius Shepard is the leading receiver with 8 catches for 127 yards. Iowa had a big night offensively with C.J. Beathard throwing for 225 yards against Iowa State. He hooked up with Matt Vandenberg a lot. The question is, can Germanic Smith, Riley McCarron, and Jay Shield kind of step up and become that number 2 and 3? And George Kittle was used a little bit more versus Iowa State. I expect him to see a lot more versus North Dakota State. Iowa's rushing attack is a 2-headed monster with both LaShawn Daniels Jr. and Akram Wadley having home run potential. They both also run the ball well between the tackles. Wadley also becoming a threat in the passing game. And don't forget about Derek Mitchell. He can still do some things in the passing game. The Iowa defensive line has been getting to the quarterback. They've got 6 sacks in the first two games. And here is the keys to the game. Iowa's just got to be ready to play. They got to be ready for a fight. North Dakota State will not be afraid. Rush for over 200 yards, keep Stick in the pocket, and try and make North Dakota State one-dimensional. And if you're North Dakota State, you just want to score early and put some pressure on Iowa. Another matchup fans in the state will be keeping their eye on will be Iowa State opening up Big 12 Conference play at number 15 TCU. That's an 11 a.m. kick on Fox Sports 1. Offensively, the Cyclones have been one-dimensional, passing for just 210 yards a game and rushing for only 88. TCU, on the other hand, is throwing for 408 yards per game and rushing for 209. They are coming off a double overtime loss to Arkansas, and they're led by their junior quarterback, Kenny Hill, who kind of does it all. He's thrown for 816 yards, but only 3 touchdowns and 3 picks. He's rushed for 138 yards and 5 touchdowns. Iowa State's allowing 186 yards passing on the season, but they did give up a lot more on Saturday night to Iowa with 235, so they'll have to try and slow down this TCU potent passing attack. The good news for the Cyclones is TCU's defense really isn't that good. They've allowed 278 yards passing per game, including 6 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. So if Iowa State can protect Joel Lanning, he could have a chance to make some plays. With Alan Lazard on the field, there's always a chance. And Iowa State allowing 215 yards per game rushing, TCU allowing 154. keys to the game, Iowa State needs to run the football. They got to get at least some type of run game going so they can get more protection for Joel Lanning. He's been rushed and sacked a lot. Lanning has to make better decisions. Defensively, they need to keep Hill in the pocket and win the turnover battle. We'll have your first half stats coming up on KDAO.com.
KDAO Online brings you sports coverage from these Central Iowa schools. KDAO Online also brings you live and recorded coverage of local events, including parades, Marshalltown City Council meetings, and civic events like political forums and public meetings. To advertise on KDAO Online, call 641-752-4122. Bringing Central Iowa to the world. It's KDAO Online.
Halftime here in Maxwell. Andy Jennings with you on KDAO.com. The Collins-Maxwell dance team entertaining the crowd here at halftime. It's been a very entertaining first half. 14-6 is our score. CMB leading at West Marshall here at halftime. Our game tonight being brought to you by GNB Bank, Union Auto, and the St. Andrews Grill. 14-6, that's our score. Here's how we got here. CMB struck first on a 12-yard touchdown run by Blake Kokenauer. He scored, and then the PAT was good. Later in the game, he had to come out of the game. Don't know what he was dealing with. Maybe a cramping injury, maybe an ankle injury. Couldn't quite tell, but he did turn to the sideline and say no more. So we'll see if we see Kokenauer back in this ball game here the rest of tonight. And it would be a big change if he can't go back in, because he is the leading running back for the Raiders, averaging over 126 yards per game. And he had a very impressive first half with a 78-yard game, or 78 yards on 13 carries in that first half. As the Trojans right back on the field. We'll keep going through our scoring. CMB got their second touchdown when Braden Aker came in, the second quarterback. We told you we would see both quarterbacks, and we weren't kidding, as Aker connected with Tucker Maxwell for a 37-yard touchdown pass, and the extra point was good, and CMB was feeling good, leading West Marshall 14-0. The Trojans would respond, though. They got their offense going down near the end of that second quarter as they started to move the ball through the air, as Cameron Bannister connected with his receivers. Bo Coberly got him in position, and then a big gain for Josh Larson on fourth down. It was fourth and I believe 6, and he was able to catch it on the sideline, spin away, pick up 10 yards, and West Marshall would score on a 5-yard touchdown pass on third down as Bannister just rolled out to his right, hit Isaac Weigelt right in the flat. He would take it in the end zone, and West Marshall would go for 2, would not convert the 2-point conversion, and that's why they trail here at halftime, 14-6. They did start to get some pressure on the Raiders quarterback there at the end as they sacked Aker a couple times. Cameron Bannister has also been sacked a couple times. So both teams have got pressure on the quarterback here in this first half. So let's take a look at the first half numbers for West Marshall, as they had a tough time running the ball in that first half. Just 19 yards for Alex Dickey on 7 carries, and Bannister sacked a couple times. Negative 18 for Bannister total. 3 yards for Chase Burr on 2 carries, and 3 yards for Bo Coberly on 1 carry. Through the air, Cameron Bannister threw for 106 yards. He was 5 of 10 in that first half. He had 106 yards, 5 of 10 with a touchdown and an interception in the first half. Ross Randall had 1 catch for 37 yards. Bo Coberly 2 catches for 54 yards. Josh Larson 1 catch for 10 yards, but it was a big one. It was on fourth down. And then Isaac Weigelt also just the 1 catch, but it was also a big one. It was a touchdown of 5 yards. For CMB in the first half, they had more of a running attack as they ran for 109 yards as a team, 78 yards rushing for Kokenauer. But again, we aren't sure what to expect for Kokenauer in the second half, as he had to come out late in that first half. He is walking gingerly towards the sideline, so we'll see if he's going to play this second half or not. He is still in full uniform. He might have just been cramping, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. West Marshall will get the ball to start this second half. Continue with the numbers for the Raiders. Hunter McWhorter ran for 36 yards in the first half from the quarterback position. 0 yards for Dalton Birchmeyer. He had 1 3-yard carry and then a -3. And then number 5, Braden Aker, was sacked a couple times. Loss of 9. And also, I think he got sacked another time for a loss of 2. So -7. So actually they ran for 107 yards in that first half. And they threw for 38 yards between the two, 80 yards overall. 38 yards for Hunter McWhorter. He was 3 of 7 for 38 yards, and Braden Aker was 2 of 3 for 42 yards and a touchdown. The touchdown of 37 yards to Tucker Maxwell, and then Brady Kemp had a good first half. He had 27, 38, 43 yards in that first half on 4 catches, and Tucker Maxwell 37 on just the 1 catch. And we're at the half. It's a tight one, 14-6. CMB leading West Marshall here at halftime. It's a big one. Neither one of these teams wants to fall to 0-2 in district play, and it should be an exciting second half, so don't go anywhere, as we'll have the kickoff for the second half coming up on KDAO.com.
Hungry? Bring your family to Bailey's Pizza for a made-to-order piping hot pie, just the way you like it. You can't beat Bailey's special crust, loaded with cheese and all your favorite toppings. And don't forget, Bailey's Pizza's famous roasted chicken. You won't leave hungry when you head to Bailey's Pizza, 121 West Main Street in downtown State Center. Bailey's is open at 4:30 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. So bring your hungry crew to Bailey's Pizza and let us take care of dinner tonight.
Hi, this is Chris Riddle with Partner Communications, your one-stop shop for everything technology, from computer repair, networking, televisions, and home theater systems, home and farm automation, and much, much more. Partner Communications can tackle all of your technology needs. Our highly trained staff will listen to your needs and work with you to come with a solution that best fits. So if you have a technology question or need, please give us a call at 877-433-7701 or visit www.pcctel.net. Partner Communications, your local one-stop shop for everything tech.
We're ready to start the third quarter between West Marshall and CMB. CMB with the lead at 14-6 over the Trojans. So 14-6 is our score. Tucker Maxwell to kick off, and we are ready to get this third quarter underway. West Marshall will receive. Bo Coberly and Ross Randall back to return for the Trojans. West Marshall, a lot of momentum going into the locker room. Maxwell, a short kick down the middle of the field, fielded by Tollefson, takes it straight forward, and he's hit hard by Brady Kemp. He's able to hang on to it. Kemp just bounced off of him, and he's down at the 35-yard line. So that's where West Marshall will take over. There's a good play by Tollefson. He took a big hit, but he held on to it. And now West Marshall with pretty good field position again. They'll have it at their own 35. See if they can get the run game going a little bit more in the second half. They started to a little bit there at the end of the half. Started to get a little bit more of a push. Now you got a diamond pistol in the backfield. Dickey on one side, Burr on the other. Back to pass Bannister. Fires for the flat. It's low and it hit the ground as Randall couldn't come up with it as the pass just a little bit low from Bannister. Well, Randall was out there in the flat, tried to hit his receiver, get him in space, see if Randall can make a play, and instead it's just a little bit short and incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10, 11:49 to go here in this third quarter. Same formation, twins to the left, Coberly and Randall. Bannister takes the snap, fakes the screen. Now he's looking to pass, looking towards his right, and Birchmeyer sacks him back at the 29-yard line. Bannister slow to get up as he moved to his right, and now he lost probably about 6 yards and lost 7. And that's where, if there's nothing there, Bannister can just fire that out of bounds if he gets out of the pocket, but he took the sack that time. Pistol formation, back to pass Bannister, rolling to his left. He's got all kinds of time to throw. Now he stops, fires towards the middle of the field, and there's nobody there, and it's incomplete.
Bannister sends it out.
Looked like he was trying to get Coberly or Randall to run back towards him, and a quick 3 and out for West Marshall to start this third quarter. So the Trojans will have to punt on 4th and 17. Larson, a good punter for West Marshall. He'll punt it to Tucker Maxwell. Our game tonight brought to you by Central State Bank, Consumers Energy, and Partner Communications. Coberly is the front protector. And a good snap. Larson's kick is a good one down the left side. It bounces and takes a CMB bounce, and Randall downs it right there at the 41. Well, not the best kick that time for Larson, but not bad either as he's able to get it out of there. And CMB will take over at their own, looks like right at their 40. So we'll see what adjustments CMB made after the first half. West Marshall unable to get anything on their opening drive, but still right in this ball game, 14-6. 10:58 to go in this third quarter. Hunter McWhirter back in at quarterback. He's got Zach Schaefer in front of him. Right next to him is Kokenauer, so Kokenauer back on the field. Maxwell split out to the left. It'll be McWhirter on the quarterback draw, straight up the middle, and he's hit right there as he got to the line of scrimmage. That appeared to be, looked like Joe Halverson in on the tackle, and just a 1-yard gain for Hunter McWhirter.
Tackle made by
Nice play by Halverson. He shot right through the middle, did exactly how you're taught. Wrap up right at that waist and take the quarterback to the ground. And McWhirter, a big quarterback at 6'2", 230. He just took him right down with the tackle. 2nd and 9. McWhirter looking to run again. Gets it up the middle, and once again he's wrapped up by Dickey. Still on his feet, fumbled the football. The ball came out, and West Marshall's got it. I don't know who knocked it out, but McWhirter fumbled, and he is down as he's in a lot of pain on the field. The fumble by Hunter McWhirter, and he's holding his, looks like he's holding his left knee. He was held up there by the West Marshall defenders. Don't know who knocked it out. Alex Dickey recovered it, but McWhirter is down for CMB, so the first big turnover goes West Marshall's way. Actually, it's the second turnover, first turnover of the second half. And while they tend to Hunter McWhirter, we will take a quick break. 10:15 to go in this third quarter, 14-6. CMB leading West Marshall on KDAO.com.
Capture a win with all that Central State Bank has to offer. From Trojan Tot Savings Club to debit cards, online banking, bill pay, and more. We are here to help you reach your goals. Give us a call to learn about our new mobile app and mobile capture deposit that will be implemented soon. Central State Bank and State Center is a proud supporter of West Marshall Athletics and the Fine Arts Department. That's Central State Bank in State Center. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Brian's Collision Clinic is your collision repair expert. From small dents to major accidents, we can repair it all. Any make or model. Brian's Collision Clinic and State Center cares about you and your car. We know if we provide you with exceptional repairs and service, you will return again and refer your family and friends should a future repair need arise. Brian's Collision Clinic would like to welcome you to become a part of their repair family, not just another customer. Brian's Collision Clinic and State Center, where quality and professionalism collide.
Hunter McWhirter getting a nice hand as he comes off the field. You hate to see it. You hate to see anybody carried off the field as he looks to be in quite a lot of pain. You hope it's more of a cramping situation, but he's unable to put a lot of weight on that leg, and you especially hate that for a senior. And he was playing some pretty good football here tonight for CMB. So Bannister will toss to Dickey after the fumble. Dickey breaks the tackle. He's got the corner, still on his feet. He's down to the 35, inside the 35, and he's down at the That looks like about the 33, 32
Raiders in on the tackle.
on the run for Dickey. That's a gain of 9 on his 14th carry. Just a toss play to the outside. And that's where West Marshall trying to get the CMB linebackers moving. They tried to run it up the middle a lot in that first half, and now a little bit more outside. 2nd and 1. Bannister back to pass, looking for it all, throws to the corner of the end zone, leaps and knocked away by Gunderson. Terrific coverage over there by Ben Gunderson as he was step for step with Bo Coberly. That last 9-yard run was by Alex Dickey on his 8th carry. I had the wrong sheet. Actually put it on Kokenauer. So now 3rd and 1, I formation. Quarterback sneak, he's got the first down. He's across the 30 to the 29-yard line. That's a gain of about 2. He picks up 2 on the play, and it's 1st and 10 for West Marshall as they're marching towards the tying score with 9:27 to go in this third quarter. 14-6, CMB leading West Marshall. Just underway in this third quarter. 9:16 to go. Coberly split out to the left, I formation. Randall to the right. Tight end Weigelt. It's going to be a sweep to Coberly. Cuts inside. He gets back to the outside. Coberly can fly, but he's tripped up by Travis Lindemone as he makes a nice tackle there. Coberly able to pick up a few. Looks like he's still got 4 on the play. He's 2nd about 6, maybe 2nd and 7.
2nd and 6 or so for the Trojans.
As West Marshall keeping it on the ground here on this drive. See what they try here on 2nd and 6. Ball on the CMB 25-yard line. 14-6, Raiders with the lead. Coberly in the slot, Randall the outside receiver. Bannister looking for Coberly in the flat, then he goes right through his hands as he was trying to run before he caught it. Looked like Coberly was trying to cut up the field there, and he just couldn't come down with the ball. That's where you catch it first and then run, because he had a lot of green there. It might have been just a touch behind him too, and Coberly couldn't come up with it. Now Bannister now on 3rd and 6 for West Marshall. See what they go to here. Dickey the setback. It'll be a toss play to Dickey. He's hit in the backfield, and Kemp makes the play as he's dropped all the way back at the 30. Looks like even further back as Brady Kemp makes the tackle. That's going to be a loss of about 6 for Alex Dickey. And that'll make it 4th and 12 for West Marshall. All right, when you thought the Trojans were getting some momentum going on offense, CMB comes up big defensively. Trip wide receivers to the right. Weigelt, the slot with Coberly next to him. Larson back to pass. Bannister fires towards Randall at the corner. Tried to stay in bounds, and he can't hold on. And West Marshall will turn it over on downs. Well, they had great field position, but unable to get the tying score there. And CMB will take back over. It'll be Braden Aker back on the field at quarterback. I don't know if we'll see Hunter McWhirter the rest of tonight, as he came off with an injury. Well, we saw Kokenauer come off with an injury, and then he came back in later, but McWhirter's injury looked a little bit worse than Kokenauer's. Now Kokenauer gets the handoff straight up the middle, and once again, the Trojans just shooting the gap. That's Chase Burr in the backfield, and Kokenauer might have got 1.
On the tackle.
There's a number of linemen in the backfield for West Marshall. 7:20 to go here in this third quarter. CMB has Travis Lindemone on the near side. Brady Kemp is the tight end. Akers also got twin wide receivers to his right, Tucker Maxwell and Marcus Mitchell. It'll be Kokenauer running the right side. Halverson knocked him down, and he's able to fight forward, and he'll pick up a few. Good tough run by Kokenauer as he was able to break Halverson's tackle and fought his way forward for looks like about 5 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Raiders. 6:40 to go in this third quarter. 3rd and 4. Aker in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff, keeps it himself, right on the right side. Carbajal gets him to the ground. He's close to the first down marker. I think he's short. He's short by a couple yards. As Carbajal with a nice play on the outside. Will the Raiders go for it once again? 4th and 1. They look like they're going for it. Mitchell comes to the sideline, says there's Raiders fans screaming to punt the ball. And CMB looks like they're going for it. The CMB is going to go for it here on 4th and 1. A big play. Maxwell split out to the right. Kokenauer in the backfield. He gets the handoff. He's hitting the backfield. Did he get it? It's going to be close. It's very close. He got it across the 40. I think he might be. They're going to have to measure this one. As he was hit right away, Kokenauer thinks he's got it. And he'll come off the field. They're going to measure it. I think he might be a little bit short. Looked like he had to get to about the 42. Well, not the 42, but about the 41. I think he's going to be a little bit short. We'll see what the chain says here. It was a good hit by, I believe it was Chase Burr who got him in the backfield. And Kokenauer fought forward. This is a very close call and a big call with 5:46 to go in this third quarter. And he is going to be, looks like he's short. It's very, very close. He got it by about that close. It was about an inch. I mean, literally, the end of the football is all that gave him the first down. And he did get the first down. Very, very, very tight. That's about as close as it can be for a first down marker. As Mitchell will come back in for the Raiders on the far side. And now officials blow the whistles. They're allowing, as Cody Hackett wants an explanation on the far sideline. And he's talking to the official, as he said that they moved the football, I think is what he's trying to argue over there. It was very, very, very close. I thought initially I thought he was short, but he was able to get it. And Coach Hackett doesn't like the explanation, but he'll go back to his sideline. And with 5:46 to go, it's 1st and 10 for CMB. And we'll see what the Raiders try to do here. Aker in the shotgun. He's got Birchmeyer in the slot. Lindemone is on the outside. Tucker Maxwell, the other receiver, and Marcus Mitchell in the slot. Empty set, looking to pass. He throws down the middle of the field for Kemp, and it's knocked away by Halverson, as Joe Halverson has been in on a number of plays, and he knocks it away. Trying to hit Brady Kemp on right down the middle of the field. Looked like just a post or a fly route. And Halverson right there. He's made a lot of tackles, and now the play there, just a sophomore, able to get his hands up in the air and knock it down. Aker back to pass, looking to throw. It's a screen to one side. It's tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Larson came up to deliver the hit on Maxwell. The right end, Cole Bacam, was right there on Kokenauer on the other side screen. And it'll be 3rd and long for the Raiders. So 3rd and 10, ball on their own 41. 14-6, CMB with the lead. Levi Randall out there at one of the defensive tackles with Tyson Eisenhower, Cole Bacam, and Christian Carbajal. In the middle of the linebacking core is Chase Burr and Joe Halverson. In the outside linebacker, Alex Dickey. And Wes Marshall, and the flag flies. Is it going to be a delay game penalty? from that area. It has to be delay a game, and that is what it is. So a big mistake there by CMB as they'll pick up a delay a game penalty. Only their second penalty here tonight, but a big one will make it 3rd and 15 instead of 3rd and 10. You're already facing 3rd and long. Now you got to be thinking CMB might try and set up a screen or look for their top receiver, Tucker Maxwell. He's had the most catches. Brady Kemp also has had a nice game here tonight. He's got 4 catches. As the West Marshall showing blitz. Here they come. Bacom comes through untouched. Fired down the middle of the field for Kemp, and it's just out of his reach. And a penalty flag comes from the near side. And that's a very, very, very tough call against West Marshall. Because I don't think Brady Kemp would have got that football. But they're going to call pass interference on Ryan Sebastiano. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty and a first down. Unless it's a holding penalty, then it would be 10 yards. But I think it's going to be pass interference. And that's the call. So a 15-yard penalty against the Trojans, and that will give CMB the first down. A tough call goes against West Marshall there, as I don't know if Brady Kemp would have got to that football, but that's the way it goes sometimes. And 1st and 10, CMB. Ball on the West Marshall 49. Aker has Maxwell. Now in motion, coming Mitchell. Fakes the handoff, give to Kokenauer. He fumbled the football. The ball is out, and West Marshall's on it. Ross Randall has covered it up at the West Marshall 41. As Kokenauer coughs it up. It looked like a helmet hit the ball that time. And the second fumble in 2 drives. And West Marshall has it back. They've been known to create fumbles. Coming into this game, they've forced 6, and now they've forced 8. And the 14th turnover they forced already. And West Marshall has it back once again in good field position. Do they try and take a shot over the top here? Do they try and see if they can get something going on the ground? A lot of confusion. They go triple I set. It's a Maryland I. Now Coberly will motion out of the backfield. It's a fake option. Run back on the counter. Coberly goes straight up the middle, and he's able to pick his way for 4.
Coberly on the carry for the Trojans.
There's a lot of motion there. CMB a pretty good job keeping an eye on Coberly, because if he gets free, nobody's going to catch him. So now it's 2nd and 6, 4:21 to go here in this third quarter. 14-6 CMB. They led 14-6 at halftime. We knew this would be a tight one. It would be a defensive battle, and it's been everything we thought. Bannister, I formation. Takes the snap. It's a toss. Dickey tries to cut up, and he's taken down, that time by Zach Schaefer. As the toss play, Schaefer shot to the line of scrimmage, and that's a loss of 5 for Dickey. And now it's 3rd and 11 for West Marshall. The Trojans just can't get the run game going here tonight. They've tried everything. They've handed it to Coberly, handed it to Burr. And CMB's defense has been very strong. And now Bannister in the empty set. He's got Twins to his left. Weigelt, the tight end, to the right. Dickey split out to the right. Actually, it's Trips to his left. Larson also over there. Now Dickey goes behind the formation. Bannister will roll to his right. He throws. Randall makes the catch. Stays in bounds. Breaks the tackle. And he breaks another tackle. Did the ball come out late? And a flag flies in. West Marshall got it back if there was a fumble. I think he's very close. Depends on the mark. But it was the flag came in at the very end, so you got to think maybe face mask. Because it was kind of on the tackle. Although West Marshall doesn't appear to be very happy on that sideline, although they're not too angry, so maybe it is against the Raiders. We'll see. He's very close to a first down. Randall caught it, made a few moves to break a tackle, and it is going to be a personal foul against CMB, so that's big. It would have been a first down because he got 11, but that's even bigger. Randall able to pick up 11 yards, and now the 15-yard penalty. So that'll set West Marshall up with 1st and 10, ball on the 34. So a big penalty there, and West Marshall is set up in good field position once again. Bannister, pistol formation. He's got trips to his right. Randall, the lone receiver, to the left. He fakes, now gives to Dickey on the draw, and he's in all kinds of trouble as 3 defensive linemen. Clapper was right there for CMB, and that'll be a loss of, looks like 4 yards for Alex Dickey. As West Marshall having trouble against that big defensive front. Also, they have, 5 linebackers out there, so CMB likes to shoot towards the line of scrimmage. I formation, or actually pistol formation. Now rolling to his right, throws to the flat. Randall makes the catch. He's knocked out of bounds by Maxwell, and he's down at the, it looks like about the 32. And Randall is slow to get up for West Marshall. Well, Randall's slow to get up. He was able to get it to, it looks like it'll be about the 32, so a gain of 5 for Ross Randall. But he was taken down hard out of bounds by Tucker Maxwell, and he has stayed on the CMB sideline. So Randall is down as Coach Hackett and the training crew comes over to check on him. 2:31 to go in this third quarter. CMB leading West Marshall 14-6 on KDAO.com.
Consumers Energy's mission is to provide their members with reliable electric service in a safe manner at affordable and equitable rates. The cooperative has been serving its members since 1938. Based in Marshalltown, Consumers Energy provides electric service to over 5,000 members in central Iowa. For more information, visit their website at www.consumersenergy.coop. Consumers Energy is a proud supporter of area athletics.
It'll be 3rd and about 8 for West Marshall. Ball on the CMB 31-yard line. 2:31 to go here in this third quarter. Probably 4-down territory for the Trojans. Bannister in the pistol. He's got trips to his left. Tollefson the inside slot, running the little flat route. Bannister looks, fires towards Coberly, and it's short of everyone and incomplete. The 17th pass attempt for Cameron Bannister here tonight. And there is a penalty flag down on that far side. This might be a holding penalty on the defense.
There's a flag on the play.
It's in the secondary. You wonder if one of the Raiders might have grabbed a Trojan receiver by the Trojans. It is going to be holding against the defense, and that's going to give West Marshall a first down. On the 10-yard penalty, another big penalty against CMB. They already had a personal foul on this drive, and now a holding penalty will set West Marshall 1st and 10, ball on the Raider 23-yard line. Tollefson is on the right side. He's in the slot. Weigelt the outside receiver. Coberly on the left side slot, and Larson is well to the outside. Bannister takes the low snap, looks to pass, fires to Coberly in the flat, breaks the tackle. He's inside the 10. Now he's down at the 9-yard line. A gain of about 14 for Bo Coberly. He just caught it in the flat, made one man miss. And he gets it down to the 9. And West Marshall now with 1st and goal. Ball on the 9-yard line. Larson will split out to the right. Coberly and Tollefson following. And Dickey is in the backfield with Bannister. Weigelt is the tight end on that left side. They try another play action and sneak him out. He's already caught 1 touchdown here tonight. Bannister in the pistol, takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right, looking to run it. Now he cuts it back. Now he's going to try and get all the way back to the left. Still on his feet. Breaks the tackle. He's close to the goal line and he's down. at the, he got it inside the 5 and down at about,
Manzani makes the tackle.
looks like he got it to about the 3, maybe the 4-yard line. Can't tell from here. Looks like it is about the 4. What a play by Bannister. Just kept his feet alive. He picks up 4. And it's 2nd and goal at the 5 for West Marshall. Trojans trying to get closer. A chance to tie it up with a touchdown and 2. Bannister in the pistol. Rolls to his right. Looking for Coberly. Has him on the corner. Dives. Touchdown. He's in. Bo Coberly takes it into the end zone. And it is 14-12. As the Trojans get the touchdown, and now they will try to go for 2. So Bannister's 2nd touchdown pass. He connects with Coberly for 5 yards. And now the Trojans will go for 2. See if they might try to run a similar play to what they just ran, because that flat route has worked pretty well. Sebastiano will come in, and Coberly will come off the field, it appears. And Ross Randall back on the field, so that's good news. So Bannister in the pistol. Going for 2. He takes the snap, rolling to his right. He's going to roll out. Now fakes, throws to the corner. It's caught by Weigelt. Isaac Weigelt snatches it out of the air, and we are tied at 14. As Isaac Weigelt makes the catch. What a play by the tight end. And it's 14-all with 1:10 to go here in this 3rd quarter. We'll take a break. 14-all between West Marshall and CMB on KDAO.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa, it's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
GNB Bank with locations in Ackley, Conrad, Grundy Center, Iowa Falls, Manchester, Marshalltown, and Story City.
14-all, West Marshall and CMB as the Trojans tie it up. A 5-yard touchdown pass from Cameron Bannister to Bo Coberly. And then somehow Isaac Weigelt just took that one straight out of the air as Bannister rolling to his right. He goes up and makes that catch. Big time play by the tight end. And we are all knotted at 14. This is an important game. Now, the winner will get to 1-1 in district play. The loser falls to 0-2. And with only the top 2 teams in each district going to the playoffs, you don't want to fall to 0-2. So Randall will kick off, 1:10 to go here in this 3rd quarter. It's down the center of the field. Maxwell Fields bringing it up. He's going to break a tackle, still on his feet, and he's down at the 30, it's like about the 31. And that's where CMB will take over. CMB has it at about the 31. A couple of fumbles, the big turnovers. West Marshall has forced a lot of turnovers on the season, 14 to be exact, and now 8 fumbles forced by West Marshall. Braden Aker in the shotgun. He's got Kokenauer next to him. Birchmeyer in motion. Takes the handoff on the fly sweep. Straight up the middle. He nearly got loose. And a ankle-saving tackle there by Josh Larson. As Birchmeyer might have been off to the races. That's his first big run of 11. That looks like they'll give him more like 14. As he fell quite a ways forward on that play. So 1st and 10 for CMB. Ball on their own 45. In motion comes Birchmeyer. This time fakes the handoff, gives to Kokenauer. He breaks the tackle. He's across the 50 into West Marshall territory at the 48. And Carbajal looks like he's going to stay down. He appears like he might be cramping on that left leg. It looks like from here, but you can't ever tell. And it is a cramp as he's stretching out that leg. It is a little bit warmer out here tonight than it has been, as that's a gain of about 7 for Kokenauer. Our game tonight being brought to you by Central State Bank, Partner Communications, Eckhart Enterprises, and Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken. So it is a cramping situation. A look back at how we got to this point. CMB scored 2 touchdowns in the first half, a 12-yard touchdown run by Blake Kokenauer. The extra point by Tucker Maxwell was good. And then Braden Aker hooked up with Tucker Maxwell for a 37-yard touchdown pass, and the extra point was good. West Marshall scored a touchdown at near the end of the first half with about 4 minutes left as Bannister hooked up with Isaac Weigelt for a 5-yard score. The 2-point conversion was no good. And then West Marshall just scored a moment ago as Bannister hooked up with Coverly, another 5-yard score. And Isaac Weigelt caught the 2-point conversion and tied the game at 14. So 2nd and 3 coming up for the Raiders. 35 seconds to go here in this third quarter. 14 all between the Trojans and the Raiders. Now Birchmeyer got a little bit of an extra head start there. Now he comes in motion, gets the handoff, running the right side. He gets a block on the corner. Randall pushes him out of bounds. He's got a first down, and that's a gain of about 5 for Birchmeyer. So CMB getting back to the ground as Randall able to push him out of bounds on that far sideline. And with 24 seconds left, 1st and 10, ball on 33. Birchmeyer now going to the right side. He's got Maxwell outside. Aker in the pistol, hands it off right up the middle. Kokenauer breaking tackles. He's inside the 35, and he's down at the 34. And that's a pickup of 8 for Blake Kokenauer. And it's 2nd and, well, actually, they'll give him 9. It'll be 2nd and 1, and that's how this third quarter will come to an end, it appears. As CMB is walking off the field, but now the officials call the officials timeout. And they might measure this.
Looks like we're going to bring in the change.
They are going to measure it.
Take a look at this.
Was a big burst there by Kokenauer, straight right off that left side. Behind his left guard, Torrin Schultheis and Archer McFadden. Also the center, Adam Smith. 14 all between West Marshall and CMB. Big game here tonight in Class 2A District 3. And he is going to be short of the first down by a yard. So it is only about a 9-yard gain for Kokenauer. It'll be 2nd and 1. Now with 18 seconds, we'll see if CMB even wants to run another play or if they'll just let the clock run out when the official blows the whistle. Looks like the Raiders will run another play. They'll come out on the field. He was in bounds, so technically he wouldn't have to. And they might just come out and try to do a hard count, or they might go for a deep ball here. The clock starts down to 15 seconds. Aker in the pistol. In motion comes Lindemone. He fakes the handoff, gives to Kokenauer. He's got the first down. He falls forward, and Levi Randall and one of the CMB linemen with a little bit of late hit going on. A 3-yard run for Kokenauer. He's got the first down, and that's the way this third quarter will come to an end. 14 all between West Marshall and CMB. Don't go anywhere. It's been a good one. I'm Andy Jennings. You're watching high school football on KDAO.com.
St. Andrew's Grill in State Center offers a great selection of delicious food from steaks and seafood to pasta and more. After the game or anytime, St. Andrew's Grill in State Center is a great place to relax and spend time with your friends. St. Andrew's Grill opens at 11 a.m. Tuesday through Friday and at 4 p.m. on Mondays and Saturdays. A proud supporter of West Marshall Athletics, St. Andrew's Grill at 101 2nd Street Southeast in State Center is ready to serve you. When it comes to insurance, you need someone who's on your side. Call Jim, Lisa, or Eric at Eckhart Enterprises to discuss your home, auto, health, or life insurance needs. The unparalleled service at Eckhart Enterprises will put you and your loved ones at ease. Or if it's accounting help you need, call Mike at Eckhart Enterprises for year-round tax and accounting services. Be sure to ask about free electronic filing. Stop by 127 West Main in State Center and let the experts at Eckhart Enterprises help safeguard your family.
First and 10, CMB football to start this fourth quarter. 12 minutes up on the clock. 14 all, West Marshall and CMB as we start the fourth quarter. It'll be Aker in the pistol formation. He's got Schaefer to his right, Kokenauer right behind him. Lindemone split out to the right. The tight end Kemp on the right side looks like another tight end to the left. It's a run to Kokenauer straight up the middle. He's going to pick his way forward. And he's able to get a few. Well, it looks like even more than that. He's able to get it down to the 34. Or no, not the 34, the 28.
For West Marshall.
And that's a pretty good gain there of 5. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for CMB. Now more like 2nd and 6. 11:31 to go here in this ball game. 14 all between the Raiders and Trojans. It's a fake run. Aker on the quarterback read. He breaks the tackle. He's going to fall inside the 20, and he's down at the 20-yard line. He's got a first down, it appears. And he'll pick up 6. And it is a first down for Braden Aker. Really his first run, and a 6-yard gain. Tucker Maxwell will come in. He'll come in for Ben Gunderson, who will check out for the Raiders, and Zach Schaefer will also come off the field. Levi Randall off the field for the Trojans. CMB trying to run the ball right at West Marshall here on this drive. Birchmeyer in the slot. They've been bringing him in motion a lot here this second half. Here he comes again. He fakes. He actually gives the handoff straight up the middle. Big hole, Birchmeyer. He's going to the end zone. Touchdown. Dalton Birchmeyer on a 20-yard touchdown run as the seas parted there, and he takes it in. And it is 20-14 at CMB with the extra point pending from Tucker Maxwell. As CMB might go for 2 because they believe West Marshall will go for 2 if they score to try and tie it. So now they're going to go for 2. Kind of a risky decision here by CMB. If you don't get the 2-point conversion, as Birchmeyer gets the touchdown, and they will go for 2. As the pistol formation for Aker. So Aker takes the snap. He fakes the handoff, rolling out, throws for Schaefer. He makes the catch in the corner, and he's got the 2-point conversion, and it is good. So CMB gets the 2, and they now lead 22-14 with 10:57 to go in the game on KDAO.com.
When you're searching for your next new or used car, truck, van, or SUV, the best selection can be found at Union Auto in Union. Choose from quality used trade-in late models and program vehicles, along with new Ford models in stock. When it comes to service, Union Auto has Ford certified technicians in their service department. And don't forget to ask about their service specials. You can also look them up on the web at www.unionautoinc.com.
Capture a win with all that Central State Bank has to offer. From Trojan Tot Savings Club to debit cards, online banking, bill pay, and more. We are here to help you reach your goals. Give us a call to learn about our new mobile app and mobile capture deposit that will be implemented soon. Central State Bank and State Center is a proud supporter of West Marshall Athletics and the Fine Arts Department. That's Central State Bank in State Center. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
West Marshall now trailing 22-14 after a 20-yard touchdown run by Dalton Birchmeyer. And now the Trojans will get it back, trailing once again by 8. So the 2-point conversion is good as Zach Schaefer made the catch on the 2. Tucker Maxwell will kick off. Coberly and Randall back to receive. It's a short kick. Dickey Fields. Now he's looking to run, cutting back towards the middle, and he's dropped right there at the 37. So CMB has kept it away from the West Marshall return men, and they'll take over at their own 37-yard line. And West Marshall now, we'll see what they go to. Probably going to be a lot of pass. They've had trouble running, but they've got the passing game going here tonight. As Bannister throwing for well over 100 yards. He had 106 in the first half, so now he's at 131. Bannister in the pistol. He's going to roll to his right, looking to throw. It's a wheel route, looking for Coberly. He's got him behind the defender, and it's off his hands and incomplete. He had Bo Coberly for a touchdown as they had it set up perfectly, but he couldn't hang on. What a play call by West Marshall. They've been running that flat route. They ran a stop and go on the wheel, and Coberly couldn't come up with it, as he's probably still running into the end zone if he catches that football. But just a big miss on the deep shot. So now West Marshall will have to regroup. That's tough to come back from those, but 2nd and 10. Sebastiano is the far side receiver. Coberly in the slot. Bannister in the pistol. He's got Larson and Weigelt to his left. He's got Dickey right behind him. He goes with the hard count, trying to get CMB to jump. They flinched a little bit. Now he's going to roll to his right again. He's in all kinds of trouble. Fires to the flat. Sebastiano can't hang on as he drops it. So 2 straight drops for the Trojans. As Coberly had a chance for maybe a touchdown. And now Sebastiano drops the ball that would have probably been for 5 yards. If he breaks the tackle, could have been more. And now 3rd and long for West Marshall. So 3rd and 10 for the Trojans. Bannister throwing good balls, just unable to bring him in right now are the West Marshall receivers. Bannister in the pistol formation. He's got Larson and Weigelt to his left, Coberly and Sebastiano. Here comes the blitz from Kemp. Good pickup by Dickey. He's going to roll to his right, fires towards the sideline. Sebastiano makes the catch, and he can't hang on. They say he bobbled it. It looked like he had it on the sideline, but did he not get his foot down? Or they said the ball hit the ground. I couldn't tell from here, but I thought he had it. And now it'll be 4th and 10. And West Marshall will probably have to punt it. With 10:28 to go. CMB showed off the run their last drive. You wonder if they're going to try and go right back to it. They've been running right at West Marshall this start of this 4th quarter. It's a good snap. Larson's kick. Penalty flag flies on the far side. Maxwell drops it, but he's able to get back on it. And we'll see what the penalty is. It might be offsides. From where that flag was thrown, it was either an illegal formation or offsides on the Raiders. We'll see what the call is. Might be offsides on CMB, or could be illegal formation against the Trojans. They are looking towards the Raiders, and it is going to be illegal formation for West Marshall. And they will decline the penalty, and CMB will take over at their own, looks like 29-yard line. So West Marshall needs a stop now, as CMB will have it back. They ran the ball right down the field their last drive. See what kind of adjustments the Trojans make to slow down this run game.
Raiders take over the ball on the 28-yard line, 22.
22-14, CMB with the lead. Aker in the shotgun. In motion comes Birchmeyer. Fakes it. Looking to pass. Throws down the middle of the field. Randall back. It's intercepted. Ross Randall picks it off at the 30. Now he's got blockers on the sideline. He's taking it back. He's to the 50. Cutting back towards the middle inside the 40. And he's down right there at the 40-yard line. As his helmet comes off, Ross Randall with the interception, and a big one there for the Trojans. The 3rd turnover for CMB. CMB also has 1 interception here tonight. But that's the 4th turnover. Well, the 3rd turnover, the 1st interception. CMB went for it all there, trying to get West Marshall cheating up, and picked off. And now the Trojans with great field position once again. Bannister pistol formation, trips to his left. Larson the slot, Coberly and Tollefson. It'll be Larson on the screen, running to the near side, and he's wrapped up and taken down by Lindemone.
Bannister to Larson.
Good play by Travis Lindemone. And Larson will, that looks like he is able to get it back. It looks like he lost a yard.
Loss of 1 on the play. Sets up a second 11 ball, sits on the 40-yard line.
And that ball was caught, looks like even with the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 11, still a lot of time to go in this ball game. 9:32 remaining. Bannister will go with the 5-wide look. He's got trips to his right. Dickey, the lone runner, now he'll motion into the backfield. He'll go all the way to his right. Bannister looking to run. Cuts it up the field. Penalty flag flies. Bannister is knocked out of bounds. And a big hit there on the, looked like Josh Larson knocked Brady Kemp to the ground. But I think it's going to be a holding penalty against West Marshall. From where that flag was thrown, looks like it'll be called on either the right tackle or maybe Dickey when he tried to block out in the flat there. We'll see what the call is, although they are talking to West Marshall. Well, now they're coming over the Raiders. And it is a holding penalty against West Marshall. So another big penalty against the Trojans.
Against West Marshall.
Those are the penalties that kill you when you got good field position, and now you're backed up at 2nd and 20. 2nd and 21. Now ball on their own 48. Well, we'll see what the Trojans come up with here. Bannister has Dickey behind him. He could still play the field position game if you have faith your defense can get the stop. There's still time left. Bannister has trips to his left. Randall, the single wide receiver, to the right. Bannister will roll to his left. Now he'll throw on the run for Coberly, and he can't hang on as Maxwell was bearing down to make the hit.
Bannister to Coberly, the ball does get to the ground.
And just unable to make the catch. That's a couple of opportunities there for Coberly. They just hadn't been able to come up with the play. So now facing 3rd and 21. We'll see what West Marshall does here. Maybe set up a screen or try and throw it down the field if they can keep the Raiders off defensive line off of Bannister. Randall looked like he was telling the coach he wants the football. We'll see. Bannister in the pistol, takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right. He gets away from the defense. Now he's in trouble. Fires for Weigelt, makes the catch. He's on the sideline, breaks the tackle, and he's down inside the, looks like the 35 to about the 33. Great play by Bannister as he's able to get it all the way, almost all the way back. 18 yards on the gain. And for Bannister, that's his 24th pass. And it'll be 4th and 3. As now a penalty flag, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty against head coach Rob Luther. And that's a first down as he has to be calmed down by his players. And there's another penalty flag. I didn't quite see what happened. But Kokenauer coming over to try and stop Rob Luther as he's been tossed. Head coach Rob Luther has been kicked out of the ball game as he saw something he did not appreciate. I don't know what he saw, but he is furious on this sideline. He's having to be held back by his assistant coaches, and he's been tossed. So the AD's coming out and now taking over the assistant coaches. You've got Westover, Jason Aker, Max Seaman, Zach Hasselbrink, and Bob Kemp will have to finish this game as head coach Rob Luther has been ejected. We'll have to get the yardage markers. That's 2 unsportsmanlike conduct, so that's 15 yards. That's 30-yard penalty as he'll leave to a standing ovation from this CMB crowd. A crazy moment here, and it's a big penalty, and I don't know what he saw. I know there's been some chippiness here tonight, but this was a, I don't know if he saw a penalty or something, but something made him just go bonkers here in this fourth quarter, and it's big because it's going to set up West Marshall probably first and goal because you got two 15-yard penalties. That's 30 yards. As it's going to be two unsportsmanlikes. It might be three unsportsmanlikes because they tossed him too. They had the second flag, and then the ref finally had enough and sent him to the showers. And now West Marshall will have first and goal at the 8-yard line. Wow, what a turn of events. You thought, wow, West Marshall, big play. They got it 4th and 3. Instead, back-to-back unsportsmanlike calls as Parker Holbert has taken over at quarterback for the Trojans. I formation, Holbert under center, takes the snap, hands to Dickey, running the right side. He's able to fight forward, down for a couple, as this CMB crowd is on fire here after the craziness that just took place. 8:28 to go, 22-14, CMB with an 8-point lead. Cameron Bannister had to come off the field. So Parker Holbert is now taking over at quarterback. I formation. Holbert played a little bit last year. He takes the snap, hands to Dickey, spin move, nowhere to go. He's hit in the backfield by Brady Kemp. And now Holbert will come out, Bannister back in. I don't know if Bannister took a shot there when he was able to get that to Weigelt. But it's been the pistol formation that has worked so well for West Marshall. And they'll have another shot here. 3rd and 7, probably 4-down territory. And they're in the I formation once again. Bannister under center. He takes the snap, will fake the handoff, looking for Halverson, and he slipped. The play was there for West Marshall as Joe Halverson was open for a touchdown. And Bannister slipped down. And now West Marshall will face a 4th and, looks like it's going to be 4th and about 15. So 4th and goal at the 15. Tough luck there. A great play call. And instead, they lose 5. Pistol formation, Bannister with Dickey right behind him. He's got twins to his right and left. And now Randall cramps. Ross Randall just cramped up right before the play. And he goes down and he's in a lot of pain on that sideline. The CMB fans screaming for a false start penalty, but I mean, that's kind of hard to call a false start penalty on that. When he just fell to the ground and false start penalty for. So a cramping situation for Ross Randall here. 6:45 to go in the game. What a turn of events we've had these last few minutes. If you just got with us, this has been some craziness as West Marshall, we thought it was 4th and 3, and then a couple of unsportsmanlike penalties, and then head coach Rob Luther was kicked out of the ball game, and that got the crowd all excited, and CMB's defense